viewers, Eritrea has written an open letter to the UN Security Council about Tigray conflict. This is the first official statement from Eritrea about Tigray conflict. What is in this letter, viewers? On Thursday, viewers, another session of UN Security Council on Tigray was held. After this session, Eritrean representative at the UN, Sophia Tesfemarian, wrote this open letter to the UN Security Council. Four main points have been mentioned in the letter by Eritrean representative at the UN, viewers. Firstly, Sophia Tesfemarian in the letter says that the war in Tigray was started by TPLF. And according to this letter, viewers, that at the start of November, TPLF-backed forces stormed Northern Command. And the purpose of the attack on Northern Command was to seize heavy weaponry and then to seize power in Ethiopia. And after that, the purpose of this whole attack was to carry out attack on Eritrea. This is the story which has been told by Eritrea in the letter. If you remember, viewers, the same story was told by Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed last month when he admitted that there was presence of Eritrean troops in Tigray. So the same story has been repeated in the letter as well, that Eritrea sent its forces to defend itself as TPLF-backed forces were due to attack Eritrea. First thing mentioned, viewers. Second thing mentioned in the letter is that Eritrean representative has criticized both the US and the UNOCHA, United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Eritrean letter says that US statements about Tigray are unwarranted, and UNOCHA is going beyond its mandate. It's talking about Eritrean forces in Tigray. It should focus on humanitarian affairs in Tigray. So this is the second point mentioned in the letter, viewers. Thirdly, viewers, the letter says that the wording used by some members and UNOCHA is objectionable. It is being said that use of sexual violence and hunger as a weapon is being done by Ethiopian and Eritrean governments in Tigray. This is a false statement. The letter says that this statement that Ethiopian government is using, Eritrean government is using sexual violence and hunger as a weapon is a false statement. It is against the facts on ground, viewers. And fourthly, viewers, Eritrea in the letter thanked those countries at the UN Security Council which stood behind Eritrea. Though names have not been mentioned, but definitely Eritrea is thanking Russia and China and India too, viewers, because once again on Thursday we saw that no joint statement could be issued at the UN Security Council. Once again, we saw a similar development, similar result in March, viewers, when a session was held, but no consensus was reached among the members of UN Security Council. So again, we saw that on Thursday as well. And lastly, viewers, one last thing which has been mentioned in the letter is that Eritrean and Ethiopian governments have agreed to embark on the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray. So Eritrea is saying that its forces have started withdrawing from Tigray region of Ethiopia, though UN does not agree to this statement of Eritrea. Just 2 days ago, Mark Lowcock said there was no signs of any Eritrean troops leaving Tigray. So this is the first official statement from Eritrea about Tigray conflict views. Eritrea has now admitted the presence of its troops in Tigray through this letter, viewers. It has agreed to withdraw its forces as well. Tigray-backed sources, Tigray supporters say that the withdrawal of Eritrean troops must be monitored by some third party. It should be verified withdrawal. But so far, we haven't seen any mechanism to monitor the withdrawal of Eritrean forces. I think the first and the foremost question which should be asked is how many Eritrean forces, how many Eritrean troops are in Tigray? Which divisions are operating in Tigray? How many infantry divisions? How many mechanized divisions? How many commando brigades? How many armored divisions are operating in Tigray? After that, we should talk about withdrawal. No one knows up till now how many Eritrean soldiers are in Tigray. So we can only talk about the withdrawal of Eritrean forces after we know that how many Eritrean forces have been deployed in Tigray. But so far, we haven't seen any statement from Eritrea or Ethiopia about the number of Eritrean soldiers who are on ground in Tigray. Viewers, we have seen more Eritrean forces arriving in Tigray in the past few days. In two previous videos, I informed you about that through Rama town, which is on Tigray-Eritrea border, reportedly some new contingents of Eritrean forces have arrived in Tigray. So no signs of Eritrean forces withdrawing from Tigray. In fact, we are seeing that fighting has intensified between Tigray Defense Forces and Eritrean forces on several fronts. I said in a previous video that I think Eritrean forces want to strike a deadly and decisive blow to Tigray Defense Forces before starting their withdrawal from Tigray. That is why heavy clashes are underway on several fronts between ENDF and Eritrean forces against TDF forces.